out in the woods, just getting out here and seeing what the woods has to show you. Whether we're talking about the trees around us, or whether we're talking about valuable and edible fungi that we might find in the woods, or the awesome stone walls that you can see here that crisscross our northeast forests. Now, when I'm out banging around in the woods, I'm always looking for mushrooms, as you know, whether I'm trout fishing or whether I'm pulling a kayak in to bass fish or whether I'm hunting. And a kind of mushroom that people really value isn't really a mushroom at all. It's called chaga. And what they do is they look for, well, they should look for birch trees. And there's a lot of different kind of birch trees. Chaga can be found on all types of birch trees. But remember, they got to be birch trees. And I'm not talking about cherry trees. And I'm not talking about maple trees. I'm talking about birch trees. So learn how to identify your trees if you're going to get into hunting for chaga or you're going to get sick. This is a white birch tree. Fairly old. It's not going to be alive for much longer because this birch tree is growing in a stand of mixed conifer. There's red pine, white pine, and there's even some spruce in here. Actually, there's in this area mostly spruce. But you can see in front of me here a nice example of a spruce. There were some hemlocks as I walked in. There's a white pine right there, that nice smooth barked one, that's a white pine. And just beyond it is a red. There's another red down there that I was checking out. But of course we're talking about chaga. And here's a nice piece of it right here, growing on a big old white birch tree. Now chaga is really pretty disgusting looking. As you check it out, it'll often grow into what they call a witch's hat. And what you want to do is harvest this stuff in December. I could literally take that entire chunk. I'm not going to. I'm just going to carve off a little hunk. Bring it home and make some tea or tinctures out of it. I'm not going to make a tincture. I'm going to make tea. Shave a little bit of it in. You're finding chaga in all kinds of stuff now. They're making coffee with it. They're selling it in chocolate. It's one of those things that maybe it's a fad, but it's hard to find for people that don't know a birch tree when they see it. And this is the easiest birch tree to identify. See that one right there? If you follow it up, you can see it's got birch polypores on it, them big white mushrooms that don't have gills underneath there. A polypore, so they have pores. So find your birch trees, find your birch trees, and you'll find chaga.